Yeah.
unless and until it doesn't happen to us, we cannot actually relate with it. I
Yeah.
remember that my grandfather, when he passed away, before that, when I saw people dying, I thought that people are dying, but no one is going to die from my own house. But ever since my grandfather passed away, I started believing, okay, that means people are gonna die from my own house. My father also passed away, and especially my cousin, he passed away at a young age, and that also changed me drastically. I can say I have changed completely from my inside. I can also feel the pain now, or by seeing others' pain now, I can also cry. Tears.
Still have a lot of people in my life who don't really know anyone in these situations, in the slums or in the old age homes, in the orphanage. They don't really understand how that life works, and they're not bothered to learn more about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it is kind of lonely over here, because
Mm.
I wish I could talk about these things, but usually I'm the bummer, you know, like I'm the one bringing the mood down in family gatherings and stuff, because I'd like to talk about politics.
Mm.
I'd like to talk about sociology and social work. The
So tell me that how are you doing? How's your day so far?
Yeah.
Wow,
It's been
putting on saris. Is that special?
yes. I the NGO where I go, like the old age home, it was the doctor there, the caretaker there. He does some noble work, very honorary like work. And so we went there to celebrate and to, talk to all the people there, all the old ladies and all the tatas. So
Okay,
that's really nice.
okay. So you work there with NGOs. What do
Yes.
you do
Um,
actually?
I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm a volunteer, but I also connect the dots. I help out wherever I can, and I write about it. I write articles and little tidbits for them, and yeah, that's about it.
So how do you feel connecting to them? What is your experience? Are they
Oh,
happy or are they miserable? Do they have
they
lots
are
of
miserable.
emotions to share?
They are very miserable. Like the
Mm.
conditions they're in breaks my heart. But actually, there's no but. They're miserable. Um, yet yet they find joy in everyday things, and they find joy in just some good music and someone listening to them. So yeah,
Mm.
it is incredible. Even the children I work with, they're incredible. The kids in the slums and stuff like that, they run up to me, they hug me, and they're my everything. They're my
Okay.
everything. Yeah, even the old age home, the ajis and tatas there, like they are basically my family now. So it feels
Okay.
great.
You are really doing great job. That means you are connecting to those children who don't have parents. Is it? With
Yeah,
parents?
sometimes with need
Okay.
based and stuff like that, those institutions for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but even kids in the slum with parents, but not great earning members of the family. So
Mm.
yeah, I help them out wherever I can. I help with academy mostly. So I
Okay.
help with their homework and yeah, projects and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. What made you to think about these things? Because in this era, most of I think you are Gen Z, right?
Yes.
So, and they are so into social media, Instagram. They don't have
I
time to think about then what, yeah,
Well,
what more.
actually, I would disagree with you there, because I think because of
Mhm.
social media and because of, developments in technology and stuff, Gen Z is actually becoming very vocal. There's a lot of activism, digital
Mhm.
activism, which sometimes can be bad because, some of it is performative, of course. Um,
Mhm.
but a lot of it is real, like kids just caring about the world and trying to do the best they can. Of course, not all of them have the money to donate or the time to volunteer, but
Mhm.
they're trying their best to speak about these issues, and as long
Yes.
as they are actually speaking out about it because it's close to their heart and they actually care about these issues, I think it's wonderful. But yes, I
Yes.
am lucky enough to have or make time to volunteer and talk to these wonderful people, these delightful people. uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm very fortunate to do so, and it has brought a lot of joy and meaning to my life. It has given me
Experiences also you are getting from them, and you are a writer. That's why
yeah.
you are so into of thinking thoughts. Why I'm saying, because those people who don't have any kind of crisis financially, they're affluent, their parents are affluent, they're giving everything. At times they don't realize
Mhm.
that some people, they don't have the privilege of many things, they can't feel it actually.
I
But you
think
are a writer, I think that makes you have that
yeah,
bond
I
in
do
inside.
think artists have an inherent empathy that
Yes. Mhm.
but I will say I was for the longest time, having grown up in a very, I'm very lucky to have parents who could, take me to a private school, educate me so well, and like really care about my well-being when I was growing up. But
Mhm.
when my dad passed away, like it changed a lot. And
Okay,
I think,
sorry to hear that.
yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, thank you. But during that time, I think I got a whole shift in my worldview.
Mm.
My perspective on things changed. And I think that that is what makes me feel so close to these children, especially.
Mm.
Um,
True.
they call me like akka, and they
Mm.
treat me like family. The women, the ajis at the old age home, like they really do, like they say magale, like daughter, and they
Mm.
like welcome me. And all the tatas, like I look at all the old men at the old age home, and I think like, would my dad have looked like him, would my dad have looked like him,
Okay.
and so caring for them has given me like this purpose to keep going,
Mm.
has really helped me throughout my morning. So yeah.
I can understand because see, when it comes to sympathy, we can show it easily, but when it comes to empathy, that should come from inside. And what made you to think? Because you have realized losing people, how does it actually feel?
Yeah.
Unless and until it doesn't happen to us, we cannot actually relate with it. I
Yeah.
remember that my grandfather, when he passed away, before that, when I saw people dying, I thought that people are dying, but no one is going to die from my own house. But ever since my grandfather passed away, I started believing, okay, that means people are gonna die from my own house. My father also passed away, and especially my cousin, he passed away at a young age, and that also changed me drastically. I can say I have changed completely from my inside. I can also feel the pain now, or by seeing others pain now I can also cry, tears come out.
I think also because of media, of news and newspapers and stuff like that, we've become so desensitized, like we see, okay, three people have died in a car accident, doesn't matter to me, just another
Mhm.
headline. If I spend time thinking about it, I will get too invested, and it will ruin my day. I won't be able to get anything done, so we desensitize ourselves. It's almost like a mode of survival. It's a survival instinct to be like, don't look at the car crash happening next to you, just keep driving,
Yes.
that kind of mentality. But I do
Mhm.
think death, especially, like, you don't understand grief, you don't understand mourning until you have been through it yourself.
Yes.
I had friends who had lost their loved ones when I was younger. I don't think any of it could have prepared me, you know?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
I'm sure you can understand. I'm so sorry for what you have gone through, but I think in these moments when you meet someone who's also been through that, it's
Yes,
like
I understand.
it's
Mhm.
solace, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. It's some solace in a really bad situation. Yeah.
Before joining this session, I thought in my mind today I'll ask her what made her to think to provide tuition classes to the small students and then taking classes on clapping Go application because she's pursuing, I think you're pursuing graduation, I guess, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
So at this young age, you could have enjoyed your life like exciting and funny way. You could have enjoyed movies and then going out for outing and chill out. And then
Oh
one
no, should I shut the laptop and go do no.
no, I was thinking like that, that what made her so matured at this early age. There are, I see in my surrounding, they don't understand. I'm not saying that everyone, I can't say it like this way, but yeah, there are so many students who don't actually understand the value of doing hard work from their early age, or the hard work their parents are doing for them. They don't realize because they are getting everything on their plate without putting in effort.
Yeah. I think uh and I really appreciate it, like when thank you for all that you said. But even with that, I still have a lot of people in my life who don't really know anyone in these situations, in the slums or in the old age homes, in the orphanage. They don't really understand how that life works, and they're not bothered to learn more about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it is kind of lonely over here, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could talk about these things, but usually I'm the bummer, you know, like I'm the one bringing the mood down in family gatherings and stuff, because I'd like to talk about
Mm-hmm.
politics. I'd like to talk about sociology and social work, the NGOs, and all of that. However, it gets lonely because I love doing the work I do. I love my part-time job. I love teaching children, especially because they're very precious. So, you know, to have that responsibility of, like, it's not even, English is not my first priority at all. Whatever I'm teaching them, not my first priority. My priority is that they grow up to be good human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like if my kid has done badly in a spell bee competition, and someone bullied them in the end because they didn't do well, my priority is not why didn't you do well in the spell bee. It's going to be how you're going to deal with someone bullying you, because that's a life lesson.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're going
Yes.
to take with you throughout your life, not the spelling of like foreign like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
guarantee or something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So all those things came to mind. And when you were talking about that, another thing is, I don't understand why people should say, oh, you're doing work with NGOs and you're doing social work, that's so great. To me, it's the bare minimum. To me, it's, of course I'm doing this work. To me, the real thing to be applauded, to be talked about, is how hard these parents work to
Mm-hmm.
get their child that education. It's about the woman I know from one of these slums. Her 4-year-old daughter has type 1 diabetes,
Oh,
and she's
okay.
getting insulin shots. How is this mother dealing with that? How is that
Yes.
4-year-old dealing with that? It's not about someone who's going to, you know, figure out what doctor to go to and shall I make an appointment for you. No, it's about the person sitting in that chair as a patient, not
Mm-hmm.
understanding what's happening. Like, we go to the slum with a bunch of chocolates for all the children, you know.
Mm-hmm.
To me, seeing that child like asking, well, how come I don't get the chocolate, and me having to explain to her, like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna give it to your mom and she's gonna give it to you later, okay? So, you know,
Okay.
those little moments,
Mm-hmm.
it's not about being a volunteer, it's not about donating some money, it's about the fact that you get exposed to all these experiences,
Mm-hmm.
that you
And you
feel
can see their
love.
feelings, and that thing makes them happy.
Yeah,
That can makes you actually happy from inside. That money can't give us.
this is like the same thing I was talking about with the another session just now, is you don't have to study social work, you don't have to study politics, it's about
Mm-hmm.
love. You don't have to study love. You feel it naturally. You feel it every time, like you're in traffic and maybe there's a cute baby in like the vehicle next to you. As soon as you see it, you laugh and you go, hi. You know, it comes naturally to all of us. You know, I think probably doesn't come naturally to like Netanyahu, but um like you know what I mean? Like it isn't work at all. It isn't something to be applauded for, but I do think that some kids are not exposed to these situations, not exposed to um all these things, so they end up going their whole lives without knowing a child
Mm,
like that, knowing families exist like that. um I think I don't need to be like complimented or applauded for the work I do, because it's just learning more about the world, if that makes any sense. You know, I think Simone de Beauvoir says like we love because we want another perspective on the world. We want another point of view. So when I'm with them, I feel like I'm learning from them.
definitely, you are learning. Yeah, you are
They're,
learning actually to feel the emotion that we lack these days.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, but
You
it
are
is
doing really great. I
quite
appreciate. Kudos to you at this
nice.
young age.
But yeah, I mean, I just wish more people were involved in it, because it does seem like the bare minimum to
Mm,
me, you know, like I,
yeah, it is difficult actually. Yeah,
yeah.
to do it alone. If you get more and more people, that would be easier.
There are a few
Mm,
people here and there, but again, it's about like, oh, but you live there and I live here. And what about the slums here? What about the slums there? Like, there's so
mm,
much of these connecting the dots that.
yeah, communication is difficult to communicate. Hmm. So you have spoken to the oldest people.
Mhm.
Earlier it was not like that. Nowadays, oldest homes are increasing day by day. So what are the reasons behind it? I think you must have spoken to them. What,
Yeah,
if you can
usually
share?
they come
Hmm.
from, I mean, they come from all right backgrounds. Some of the people I've met, they've never been married, they never had children, so
Okay.
they just come there as like solace, you know, like they're looking for company, they're just looking for food,
Yes.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then there is one patient in particular I'm thinking of, I forgot her name, but she is completely abused and kind of discarded into this facility. So she has been abused by her nurse, by the
Mm-hmm.
caretaker that her children appointed. Um, and she has been abused to the point where she can't speak anymore. She can't walk anymore. She's stuck in one position and won't get out of bed. So that's her state. So, of course, some come there because they're looking for company. They've never been married or had children. Some come there because they've been abandoned. They've been abused to the point of
Children don't have time to look after them,
children
right?
don't have time to look after them. And instead of letting them live their life, some of them have abused them, some of them
Mm-hmm.
have beaten them up,
Mm-hmm.
physically assaulted them into not being able to be a functioning human. And it's awful, because you can see the loss of independence in these people is very hard to witness, so I can't even imagine the pain they must be in. I went through this with my dad as well. When he started losing his memory, when he started getting more
Okay.
and more sick, he would ask for his mom, you
Okay.
know?
Okay.
And those moments are very difficult, because you learn it's his first time living too, you know? He needs his mom when we all need our mom when we get sick, you know?
Yes. Mm.
So,
My goosebumps right now.
yeah, like I think it that loss of independence is very difficult, because these were functioning human beings. They were walking around. They probably played hopscotch with their siblings when they were younger. They probably had crushes in high school. They probably wrote love letters to their husbands and wives. And then someone took away their independence, either gracefully or horridly or transgressing, and now they're here and they don't know how to say, I used to be a person. I used to have a name. I was not just
Yes.
patient
Mm.
number, I wasn't just a number. I wasn't just taking up another bed. I was an actual person with feelings. Those are the hardest to witness again, but to go through that, I have no idea. And it looks so painful.
Mm.
So yeah,
Definitely.
we don't really know a lot of their backgrounds, but right now I'm working on a journal. So I have like a little diary. So I go around the old age home and I sit with each of them for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't force them, of course, because they might
Mm-hmm.
get triggered, they might go through an episode. So it's
Yes,
very
yes.
important to be careful while talking about their past. But you just ask, like, do you remember your childhood home? Like, what did it look like? What color was it? And someone will say
Mm-hmm.
red. It was a bright red house. Of course, everything they say, you don't know if it's true. Sometimes they might not be remembering correctly, or
Mm-hmm.
they might be imagining this, but you
Okay.
take it, you validate them, you say, remember your red house, because that's all you can do,
Mm.
you know? So they tell you about that, and just a few minutes, because these people just want to be heard,
Yes,
because for
yes.
so
True.
long they're just like asking for their medication, they're asking for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay, can I go to bed now? Turn off the lights, go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
they need that change in routine where they can remember. My mom used to make this amazing obattu. Obattu is like a sweet chapati. Do you know it?
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
No.
but um, my mom used to make this great obattu that I used to love eating when I was a child, and they don't always remember that, and suddenly they do. And then I
Mm.
was asking Ravi Tata, I was like, what are some great memories? And he said he met Rajkumar once, who's this great actor. So
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about how he met Rajkumar once. They don't always remember these things, not every day. So you need to change their routine a little bit, sit with them,
Suddenly they remember.
and suddenly they
Mm.
remember these things. And that's like very precious. Those are like diamonds to me. You get to
Mm.
keep them safe, 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 so that one day when they forget, you are there to remind them. And once they leave, you can, I don't know, they can survive through these little memories you have of them,
Mm.
because a lot of these patients, they have passed away, and no one remembers them anymore. No one remembers that
Mm.
this was a real soul, a real being. um we don't know if God is real, we don't know if God is taking care of them or not, but we should at least know their name, we should at least know their favorite game, their favorite films, what they
Mm.
like to listen to in the morning, what kind of music they like to listen to. These are little everyday things. And I would feel really bad if no one on this planet knew my favorite color, you know?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Today also I was thinking, once people die, after that, it seems like that they were not there. It feels like because we move on, we adopt our daily routine, we go on. Like my father passed away, my grandfather, my cousin. Recently in Assam, because I am from Assam, there was a legend. His name was Zubin Garg. He passed away. On all Assam has been crying, I can say. But yeah, his wife, when I see her crying, I also feel so miserable that how she is spending her time, because it's been 30 years she has had been with him, but now he is no more. He sang 38,000 songs. He sang. He
Wow.
passed away at the age of 52, and he sang songs in 40 languages. And he was a philanthropist as well. He used to help these kind of orphanages, kids, so everyone, irrespective of caste, creed, everyone loved him. And every day people are crying. But it was, I think, not normal death. There was some actually plan to kill him like that way, but it made like that way that was. So I feel like, see, now he will never be back, even though everyone is crying, everyone is wanting. Slowly and gradually, people will forget with time, right?
And that's the thing as well. Like, there are so many, of course, your family members, you will remember their memories. I will remember my dad's memories. And these great people around us, like these singers, these actors, like we will always remember, I will always remember Puneet Rajkumar's, films and the songs I grew up with, you know. But the people in these old age homes, they're not special. They're not, stars, celebrities. They need
Or loved ones as well
our
for
love.
their families.
So,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Like
important.
for you, your father was your loved one. You still remember. You cherish memories. You are there. I also share about my father, my grandfather, my cousin, but I think they don't have anyone to talk about after their death. Mm.
I think what's interesting is also like the difference between men and women. It like
Mm-hmm.
also comes out because a lot of us don't know about, maybe I'm like alone in this, but I think I've heard this as well. Like a lot of us don't see our dads often because paternity leave wasn't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't know about our grandfather's most emotional moments, you know but we were always in the kitchen where our grandmothers in traditional households, they were crying and they were talking about sharing their emotions. But with men, it wasn't always a thing. Mental health awareness wasn't a thing you know
Mm.
so for them, they have gone through so much, but they can't share. So
They
it's always
can't share.
interesting.
They're not allowed to cry.
It's
You
very
are
interesting to me when these tatas start speaking up, these old men start speaking up, because it's very rare, it's very precious. Of course, it's awful that that has happened, and let's not let that happen anymore. Even with
mm,
women, I think some people say like, oh, women are so dramatic and stuff like that. No, all these emotions are to be validated. All these
mm,
emotions are valid. So there's an interesting difference there, with like how truly precious those memories are, those emotions are. Yeah.
true. Mm.
Sorry,
Actually,
you probably
men.
wanted to speak about
Mm,
something else, and I.
no, it's okay. I wanted to. It's. I liked it. I liked it. I wanted to ask you that question. After that, I thought today to talk about traditional life versus modern life, because I have gone through two of these lives.
Mhm.
Because I am not Gen Z. I am from, like, I am Gen Y. So I spent my childhood in nature. I used to do sail boat, raft boat in flat, climbing trees, swimming in the pond, playing with the mud. And now everything, my kids, they don't get this kind of opportunities. Their life has become like sedentary. After coming from school, they watch TV or they play game inside home. They're homebounded, yeah. I thought to talk about these things. I
I
think
think
it was quite
there
similar,
are
yeah.
like great like initiatives you can take. Of course, it's sad that it's not natural anymore, that like you can go outside and play with some mud. My
Mm.
mom always talks about these memories about like the tamarind tree in her village and stuff like
Yes,
that. And
yes, I would climb tamarind trees.
I'm like, what? Okay, like, of course, it's sad that it's not natural anymore, but you can. There's some programs to like get children involved in volunteering with farmers, volunteering in rural areas. Of course, safety is a big issue. You need to know you can rely on these
Mm.
people to take care of your child. But I
Mm.
I was lucky enough to go to Kaigal, Andhra. And I
Okay.
would volunteer with the farmers there when I was really little. Of course, when I was that young, I was like, "What is this? I don't want to play with mud. Are you kidding me?" you know. But now I look back and I was like, "That those are very precious. I'm a city girl. Like I should be so like grateful that I got to experience all of that, because soon everything's gonna just, development. So it's gonna go away. But yeah.
My children get opportunities like that at times because
Yeah.
my parents' house in a village. So at
Mhm.
times when we go there, they play outside in the pond as well.
Oh,
I
that's
take them to the paddy fields
oh
to show them
good,
nature. Yeah.
good.
Mm,
All right.
okay. Yeah, I
Well,
think. Mm.
I think I hope I made up for being late.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. You don't need to think about it. Yeah, we
All
have.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It was nice talking to you, and you are really doing great. I wish for your better future so that you can make your life better as well as you can make other people smile. I pray for
Oh,
you, and God bless you.
thank you. And you too. I know that you work very hard. You talk to so many women, you empower them. I know that, and I'm always so happy to speak with you because I know the work you do is very close to my heart as well. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. See you. See you later. Bye bye. Take care. Take care.